Welcome to TBK's Truth Frame, where erased voices are restored, hidden histories are illuminated, and memory becomes our guide. Truth Frame number 46 takes a look back into a person whose life ended as it had been lived, in the president's shadow. But in death, his story became a cautionary tale about intimacy, power, and the human vulnerabilities that shape history. The Last Shadow, the Rise and Fall of E.M.P. Mohideen. The boy who became a gatekeeper. E.M.P. Mohideen's life was inseparable from that of President Ranil Singh Premadasa. According to police accounts after the assassination, Premadasa had raised Mohideen from his childhood, shaping him into a fiercely loyal attendant who slept outside the president's bedroom and handled every intimate detail of his daily life. In Sukarita, Premadasa's modest residence in Kahelwatha, Mohideen was more than a valet. He was a fixture, a familiar face to neighbors, police officers, and party loyalists. His proximity to the president gave him an aura of informal authority. People believed that a word from Mohideen could open doors, settle disputes, or bring trouble. He was the president's shadow, always present, always watching, always trusted. But shadows, by nature, can hide vulnerabilities. The weakness the tigers exploited. In the months leading up to the assassination, a young Tamil man named Kulavirasingam Virakumar, known as Babu, entered the neighborhood. He rented a grocery shop directly opposite Premadasa's residence, paying a massive advance of 650,000 rupees to secure the location. This was no ordinary shopkeeper. Babu was an LTTE operative sent to infiltrate the president's inner circle. His method was subtle, patient, and devastatingly effective. According to CID disclosures, Babu befriended Mohideen and several members of the security staff by catering to their weakness for wine and women. This was the crack in the armor, a human vulnerability, not malice, not betrayal, but a simple, tragic flaw. Babu spent lavishly, sometimes 4,000 rupees at a time, entertaining Sukarita staff and even local police officers. Photographs of these gatherings were later found in his album. Through these indulgences, he became a familiar, harmless presence, someone who could move in and out of the area without raising suspicion. And through Mohideen, he gained something far more valuable: trust. The day the gatekeeper opened the gate. On May 1, 1993, Colombo was alive with the energy of the UNP May Day rally. President Premadasa, as he often did, supervised the procession personally. At around 12:45 p.m., at the Armour Street, Grand Pass Junction, the president stepped out of his vehicle to greet supporters. Babu was there, not as a stranger, but as someone known to the president's staff. According to CID testimony, 3 security men attempted to stop him as he approached. But Mohideen, recognizing his friend, signaled for them to let him pass. It was the final gesture of trust. Seconds later, the device strapped to Babu's body detonated. The explosion tore through the crowd, killing President Premadasa, Mohideen, SSP Rani Gunasinghe, and many others instantly. The blast was so powerful that the president's remains had to be identified by his ring and watch. Mohideen died at the president's side, the place he had occupied for most of his life. Aftermath: the shadow that never returned. In the chaos that followed, the site was controversially cleaned within hours, before a full forensic investigation could be conducted, a decision later attributed to orders from the top to prevent communal violence. But the story of Mohideen lingered. To some, he remained the loyal servant who died protecting the men who raised him. To others, he became a tragic symbol of how personal weakness can be weaponized in the ruthless machinery of war. What is certain is this: without Mohideen's trust, Babu could not have approached the president. Without Babu's manipulation, Mohideen's weakness would have remained harmless. And without the LTTE's strategic patience, the May Day blast would never have succeeded. Mohideen's life ended as it had been lived, in the president's shadow. But in death, his story became a cautionary tale about intimacy, power, and the human vulnerabilities that shape history. Sources: Assassination of Ranasinghe Premadasa, Wikipedia. The Premadasa assassination, Colombo Telegraph. UPI Archives report on the May 1, 1993 bombing. If you believe these stories matter, like and subscribe. Your support fuels the next frame of truth.